So I only knew my grandfather for like the first half and a little bit over of my life. But if there's one thing that we learned from him throughout those our young years, it was that you can literally make or do whatever you want to do. You just have to go do it and figure it out. And in Wimberly, Texas, my mom owns a third of a house that my grandparents lived in. The cool thing about this house is that it was a passion project for my grandfather. He built this house for him and my grandma to live in, as in he built it himself, like literally.
House built by Grandpa.
Stone path
Built by Grandpa.
koi pond,
Built by Grandpa.
workshop,
Built by Grandpa.
guest room, sink, bathroom, wall, work desk, drafting table, shelves, roof, whatever that thing is.
All built by Grandpa. My grandfather was really creative, very creative in fact. He was really good with his hands. He did things like this. He would just like pick up a piece of wood and start whittling and create something. And he made this whole array of whittled Santa Claus that he would pass out to his friends, and we would get one every single year. They're marked on bottom. You can see this one was from 2003. In fact, I still have the first knife I ever owned was given to me by my grandfather. I never got to be quite as good at whittling things as he was. He was definitely more talented than me in that area. But there was something I did pick up from him. This is his camera. And I bet you're starting to figure this out, aren't you? The first picture I ever took of my girlfriend Faye was on this camera. It's also my favorite picture I've ever taken, ever. For pretty good reasons. He built his house from the ground up. Literally, here are the plans. He drew them on the desk I have right outside my door. It's a drafting table and he gave it to me before he passed. These are pencils, never touched since they were in his shed. All of them are tack sharp. These speakers were my grandfather's. I used these speakers for all of my music every single day. And this is his senior yearbook, 1946. My grandfather James graduated high school. My favorite part about this, actually I have two favorite parts about this. It says, James Pollock, that's my grandfather, James Pollock will become a bookkeeper in the thriving city of Needville. Okay, that's hilarious in so many ways. This is a guy that married his wife in Vegas because he was in the military going out to war, and so they met in Vegas, got married, and he left. He also always used his hands and was always out of the house doing something. This is not a guy that sat at a desk all day. He was a machinist for his entire life. He was always building, always doing something. A bookkeeper? No. Look, I'm a descendant of this guy. Do you think that he was a bookkeeper? Do I look like a bookkeeper? No. This is my favorite part about this. This is my grandfather, James Pollock. His senior quote was, "He conquers who endures." I saw this earlier today for the first time, and that really, I got emotional when I saw this. He conquers who endures, which basically translates to keep going and keep fighting hard and you will win. He's saying, Jordan, no matter how bad life gets or how down you might be, endure and you will conquer. That's amazing. So I'm just gonna open up a little bit. Today was probably the last day I will ever step foot at that house, in that shop, in the garage. And it just doesn't feel
feel right. There's something isn't right about that, and that story isn't finished in my mind. I haven't accepted it yet. I think it's because I haven't completely figured myself out. And growing up, going to that house and seeing my grandparents, I just know there's still things out there that I need to find and that are waiting for me to discover more about myself, and they're only going to be found there. And so it's difficult. It's very difficult for me. It's to get over it, that the house won't be there anymore. It won't be ours anymore. I'm pretty certain I will be back there sometime in my life. I don't know when, and I don't know why. I just have a feeling I will be back there. So this is more so for future Jordan to look back at and just to remember this moment in time when Grandpa's house sold and you found a lot of the reasons why you do what you do. He conquers who endures. It's hard. I think what my biggest takeaway from all this is I don't know, maybe he already had it in mind. He was a clever guy. I don't know if he understood what the direct impact that he had on mine and my siblings' life through my mom. My entire life has been go out and figure it out for myself. It's leave school. It's I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want to do. How do I do that? Well, let's try it. You know, how did my grandpa learn to whittle? He didn't take classes. He picked up a knife and he started carving wood and he got good at it. He wanted a house for his wife. So what did he do? He drew it up and he built it, capturing things along the way. And I don't know if he had it planned the whole time. Maybe he knew the impact that he was leaving. I don't think he did. But what I learned from that is that it doesn't matter how much time you have with someone, or even in the smallest moments, you have no idea how it can impact or shape someone's life, whether it be a big thing or a small thing, or just some random moment in time that you never thought of. It could completely shape someone's life. Me, my brother, and my sister are living proof of that. So if there's one thing I've learned through all of this, just do it yourself.
Just drop it in there. Go on. It's like, what? They, you have to hold them up. No! Hold the little thing.